to win a game when Friedrichs throws as well as he does, holding you to 4 hits after 8 innings?
Well, I don't think it can be. I don't think it can be overstated. I think it was critically important, and he was really, 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 really good. He was really good, and so was Provencer, however you pronounce his name. So the numbers don't lie about them. The numbers with relative to their pitching are, they're sparkling, and that's why they. It's real. It's what they are. So, for our own pitching to do what they did was sensational, because hey, if you don't score, you can't let them, or you lose, right? Isn't that the way it goes? So I'm real proud of the way our guys kind of battled on the mound, and it was a really good game.
Yeah, Elliott pitched really well for you. He kind of did his normal thing, gave up a couple hits, but pitched himself out of every jam there. And then Sam Moore comes in and gives you I believe 3 innings. Just strong. It looked like his splitter was working really well for him there today too.
Yeah, I think this was this was more like him, and in fairness to him, the last 3 or 4 times out, he's done well. And so to do it for over this length of time tonight, I think was impressive to me.
Are you starting to get a little bit more confidence in your bullpen now? I know that was one of the things that you were concerned about early in the season.
We're very concerned about it. Very, 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 and still are. Certainly they've done better. Excuse me. And but that's a work in progress. That deal is. We did what we did, whatever we pinch ran for Bishop, and you don't know anything about him, but he's come on and pitched. He's actually pitched pretty well for us. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been out there for many innings, but he's been out there about 3 times, and he's done well. And so, given the struggles we have with this bullpen, we'd be counting on him. Well, now we take him out of the game, and it made it even tougher. But he'll help us.
And you decided to go to Mandarino, your Sunday starter?
Well, yes, we did. We've said all along, every week we've said that if the situation called for it, that we'd be willing to use him on a Friday night for an inning in lieu of a bullpen. And so we didn't reinvent the wheel on that deal. That's been done by college people pretty commonly. So yeah. That's what that was all about. We wouldn't have been able to leave him out there for very many pitches, but it's fine. It turned he'd have been throwing a bullpen anyhow. So, yeah.
And I believe you guys have won 14 straight now. What's kind of been the key for you guys to keep that streak and keep it going here? Has it been the revelation, kind of the bullpen, pitching a little bit better, or is there something else you can point to?
That certainly is a big part of it. And We've won some Tuesday games without Surrey, without Mandarino, and without Esparza. So the guys that have pitched in those games, and it's been against some pretty good teams. It was USD, it was San Diego State. Earlier on, it was SC. They really gave us a lift, absolutely. I think the other thing, though, is that, I don't know, we probably covered this when we talked about it earlier in the year, but we could identify, starting the year, McClanahan, Duarte, Hura. Those were the only guys that were just, no doubt, got to play. So now there's 6 positions, there's 5 at least. And the candidates were 12 guys because there wasn't much to choose between. So it was a musical chairs deal, and it's not the way you'd like to do it, but we had no choice. And some of that has settled down a little bit. And some guys that didn't get much chance have gotten more chance and done well in spurts and spots. This guy Bishop can hit. The numbers don't show that, but he's one of the guys that we think's got to get in there. Andrew Martinez. was a little bit of a platoon deal. He got some at-bats, but he didn't get all the at-bats. And it's pretty apparent he's got to be in there. So some of these things have settled down. And the guy playing third base has made a real difference to us on defense, Parker Cos. The bat has been okay. I mean, 270 type deal. But he's really helped us on defense. So a lot of this stuff has just kind of worked out in the wash a little bit. And to be truthful with you, there's still a little bit going on. I don't like it, but one of the things I could not have anticipated was that in a bunch of different guys getting some playing time. Now when they've gotten in there, a few of those guys at this spot or that spot have really come through. And so I think some of the experience in that regard has helped. It's, if you've got a set lineup, which you like, but now you got to go to a guy that's had 6 at-bats all year for whatever reason in the game, it's a little tough to expect him to produce. So there's some things that are kind of funky and working out a little bit.
And last thing, you guys are off to a 7-0 start in the Big West. You talked a little bit about it before I got over here. How do you see the Big West kind of shaping up, and how important is it for you guys to get off to this good start?
Well, I think everybody wants to get off to a great start. I mean, it's clear that the toughest part of our schedule is in front of us. There's no debate about that. We know that. I realize that everybody thinks that Santa Barbara is the team to beat. Well, we don't play those guys for a long time, so we better be dealing with Hawaii and Riverside. And I'm on Long Beach. I think Long Beach can be a team that could win this conference. We all know that Fulton have struggles, but we all know who's pitching for those guys. And there's no question but that it is a matter of fact that Santa Barbara's good. And I think people kind of felt that, it can't be Cal Poly's year. Well, I think you well know that those 2 guys were hurt, Matthias and Mundell. So, and they're back, and they're playing, and they're healthy. So, nobody better go to sleep on Cal Poly. It's a dogfight. Yeah, and I'd like to think that we're going to be in the mix. I think that we're finding out that we can. I think we're finding out that we can play with people.